Hey, it's Andrew Shackleton, Royal LePage Wolle Realty, Kitchener-Waterloo's best realtor. Today I want to talk to you about your home's plumbing. So, talking about waste lines, because that's the other end of your home's plumbing system. Again, going back, a century or whatever, what you would commonly have as waste lines is cast iron. And here's a picture of a cast iron stack in an older house. You'll have cast iron, either the smaller lines being cast iron into a big cast iron stack, or you'll have copper piping coming into a cast iron stack. The cast iron, compared to the copper, is the better of the two things, but neither one's ideal. The copper waste lines at some point rust out, or rot out rather, it's just the nature of the beast, and they've maybe got a 50-year lifespan. The cast iron lasts a lot longer, but it's really, really brittle. If you drop it, it shatters. That stuff they stopped using, I'd say the 1950s. Into the 60s and 70s, sometimes you'd see a house where the entire waste system, including the stack, was copper. My parents' house is like that. It's got a copper waste line about that big, and then all your other lines coming in are copper. It's no good. That stuff, you see a house like that, at some point you're going to have to change it out. So what we've got for the gold standard now is what's known as ABS. Here's a picture of it, black, ubiquitous in any hardware store. They've got stacks and stacks of it, all different thicknesses. Great material, really, really easy to work with, easy to join. It uses a cement. Again, I'm going to show you a little video of how easy that is to work with. And here's some ABS. This is the most common plumbing type you'll find for waste lines in any of the houses I've been in Kitchener-Waterloo and Guelph, Cambridge regions. Very, very easy to use. Uses a solvent. You can see that kind of yellow line, that's solvent. These parts are all glued together. This is for a trap for a sink. Anyways, I've got a couple different sizes. You can find this stuff at any hardware store. So this is a coupling to reduce the size of this to a smaller piece. I'll show you how you put it together. Get a can of ABS cement. It's a solvent. Say very stinky stuff. You want to use this in a well-ventilated area. It's poisonous. Once in a while, doing these jobs isn't bad, but it's not good for you. Anyways, there's the stuff. You just paint it around the edge of your joint like that. Paint the inside of the fitting. And you just slide it on. Give it a little twist to make sure it's all good. And 30-40 seconds, it's dry. That's how easy this stuff is to use. But you got to make sure your parts are together right, because once you glue it together, it won't come apart. Anyways, that's it, ABS. Your other choice is PVC. It's a white plastic. Same thing, easy to cut, easy to measure and put together, but it requires a different gluing process. It's a little bit more difficult to join together than ABS. So anyways, that covers your waste line. So you've got cast iron and copper, straight copper. These are all problematic. And then you've got ABS, fantastic, and PVC, also fantastic, but slightly harder to use. Thanks so much for watching. Hope this helped you.